Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. I'm here today with Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for April 12th to the 18th, 2020. And the first card I picked was Detach. And that's something that I tell you all the time, right? I said try to take the third person perspective. And don't be so directly involved in your own life, and that then you will find that your life is a lot easier to navigate, and your reactions will not be from the emotions so much as from a place of logic and hopefully intuition. So the first card I've got, and when looking through the batch of the cards, I noticed they're very similar to the cards I've been pulling all week. It's the Chariot. And the Chariot is a card of being in balance, staying in balance, and continuing to try to maintain that level of balance. It's not so much staying in balance as if you fall out of balance, you know how to pull yourself back into it. So it's a very good card. And what covers you? And for Air, maintaining balance is probably one of the most important things for them as a general overall rule. So what covers it is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, again, is the Master Craftsman. And we've been getting that card repeatedly through all the cards for the last, and it's basically saying we've put in the effort, we've worked hard. We may not be the enlightened masters, but we are master craftsmen. And many of us are very good at what we do. And this is rather encouraging. We haven't had this card for a couple of weeks. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about leveling up. And it's kind of nice to see that the leveling up is continuing or coming to an end. It's behind us, so it's come to an end. We've pretty near reached this new plateau, and we've had our frustrations. It's not happened fast enough. We can't see where we're going. We had to deal with life situations that were unique to us in this lifetime. Maybe not in other lifetimes, but in this lifetime, it was very unique to us. And part of the problem with the frustration is we cannot see what the reality is, the truth of where we're heading. So it stands to reason we'd be frustrated because, even when you're a psychic and you have a general idea what's happening, you don't really know until it happens. You can get a sense of, this is going to happen and it should be good, but you don't really know until it does happen. And what's coming up in front of us is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a really good card. It's a card of support. It's a card of beneficial strength. It's a card of staying in balance, like the Chariot. It's a card of growth and change and seeking and finding that which you're looking for. And in this card, we have the Holy Grail, right? You can see the cup, the Holy Grail. Well, the Holy Grail is different things at different times. What is our Holy Grail right now? Generally, I think for the majority of us, it's getting to the other side of this and seeing where we go. So the next card is, and Air often gets this card, unfortunately, is 10 of Wands. And 10 of Wands is there's work to be done. It might be short amount of work, but in the meantime, there's work to be done. And so far, we've had two major arcanas. Okay, so four of swords is a card that comes up next, and which is, and everybody's probably feeling a little bit of depression by now, a little bit of frustration, but it also indicates the sun is coming in. There's a doorway of opportunity arriving, and what comes next is very, wow, look at that. Okay, so okay, so like I said, two major arcana, right? And the next card that comes up is the Emperor. And the Emperor is what we're dealing with right now in the world. The Emperor is it going to be the old Emperor or the new Emperor? Is it going to be the rigid Emperor, or is it going to be the kind and giving Emperor? And that's which is at stake this week. And I have a feeling there's a heck of a lot going on that we don't know about in the governments of the world, not just American and Canadian, but the governments of the world. There's a lot of shifting and changing, a lot of power structuring going on, I suspect, because everybody is in the same boat. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their businesses. People are not doing well unless you happen to be in the right job at this moment. So there's a lot of questions being asked and answered about the Emperor, what's going to happen. And the fact is, we don't know until it does happen. But the card that covers the Emperor is the Star, and that's the goddess, the female goddess. And the female is not the empress. The female goddess is right next to the empress, basically, in strength. The female goddess will gentle the angry, aggressive, frustrated emperor and make him the soft and gentle emperor, the one who's a good father in energy, who looks after his children. He's not too firm. He's not too. He doesn't say off with their heads. I know that's the Red Queen of Hearts, but he doesn't say things like that. He thinks and considers carefully his options. So having the goddess come out on top of the emperor is not as good as if it was the empress. It's pretty powerful. And the empress, the goddess or the star, is one who looks after their people. And that's probably why it came out rather than the empress, because it is time for the people to be looked after, to be nurtured, to be cared for. It's not time. It's not time for rigidity and chastisation and being treated like children. We, the people, should not be treated like children anymore. And okay, the last two cards are also major arcana. And the card that I pulled next was the Fool. And I like the Fool. The Fool gives us a potential to do anything in life, to be anywhere in life, to grow anywhere in life. And the last card is Justice, or I call it my light worker card. And the light worker card, we've worked hard, and many of us on here are light workers. We have been knowingly or unknowingly working the light energy for a long, long time. So it is a positive card that comes after the new journey. So the new journey would indicate that, or the Fool card would indicate that we are going to continue to rise spiritually in our energy. This is a heavy duty reading, honestly. And the first card was be detached. And I'm going to have to say this again. This week for air, it is best to be detached. Look at things from a third-party perspective, because some of it's going to hit us right in the heart or the solar plexus area. And we're going to go, oh my God, that is so horrible. But if you did it from a third-party perspective, we can go, oh, I see where this is leading. It looks really bad, but it's a really positive outcome. Okay, so that's extremely important that you pay attention to that. And the last card is to embrace. So when things happen, embrace it. Allow it to move into your energy. Allow it to flow out of your energy. And right now, it is important that you don't hold on to things. It is really, really important that you do not take one thing and hold on to it with a death grip, because nothing is going to stay the same for a long time. If that makes sense, you are not going to be. So if today we are offered candied apples, tomorrow you're not going to be offered candied apples. You're going to be offered something else, rice and or stir fry or something. Things are going to shift dramatically from candied apples to stir fry. It's not even in the same food range, right? Things are going to shift tremendously, very quickly. You have to be able to allow yourself to move with that, and really, that's where you want to go. You do want to shift and change. You do not want to stay the same, because the outcome is going to lead us to a place where we did not believe it was possible for us to be. And that is far more important than what we're going through right now. And I have to say, it is not going to be easy. It's not going to be gentle. And it's not going to be fun for the majority of us. But it's doable. Okay? Remember, you reach out, talk to people. It's doable. Okay, good luck, everybody. And I went on long on that one.
Megan Soria 333 says hello.
Hi.
Moon Feather says, hey ladies, how are you? Geez, what a day. Had to evict my building as there was blue smoke. Turns out someone overloaded the washer and melted the belt.
Oh.
Thankful it was just that.
Yes. People do not know how to use the laundry.
I'm assuming it was a child.
Well,
trying to help mom out or something.
Yeah, or somebody who's never done laundry or never paid attention to the directions. I know it's it is not fun.
Joe Fermino asks, hello darling, any guidance from my guides towards my next step in real estate?
So you talked about going to what's the place that has the largest? Dubai. And when you asked that, I did actually get an image of Dubai. I don't know if that's a good choice or not, but I think that's probably one that you should consider seriously, or at least a place similar to Dubai, with really hot sand, ocean, lots of tall buildings. And I think that's something you should honestly consider, because images seem to have more truth to them than words. And the fact is, if I got Dubai, if I got an image that appears to be Dubai, then it's probably something you really want to look into. It might come with a marriage proposal. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it does. But I do get the energy of togetherness. Might simply be a business partnership. Read the fine print. Literally, read the fine print.
Emily O'Coin asks, will Monty reach back out to me? We had a disagreement.
It was just a disagreement. He will reach out to you.
Elisa Manzini says, hi, Alicia and Elle. Hello.
Hi.
The Empress God asks,
Empress
hello.
God?
Yeah.
She's changed her name?
Maybe. Hello. Any messages from my ancestors?
So,
We have a few people that
Okay.
go by Empress.
okay, so it's not the Empress Queen, right?
No.
Because I still haven't received her email. The Empress God?
Yeah. Messages from ancestors.
Okay. So your ancestors are kind of poetic. And what I got was the light at the end of the tunnel is beckoning you. And I really hope that makes sense to you. But basically, the energy, the sense I got was that allow yourself to move forward, go with the flow a little bit more than you have been, and you will find that things are much easier for you than you have allowed yourself. You have had a rough go of it, if what I'm reading is correctly. And you got so used to being in that place that you can't see a possibility of it being other than that, than how it is. And it was just a dark night of the soul. It wasn't a forever thing. So get over it, move forward.
Moonfeather asks, just wondering the nature of me and Lewis's connection. Are we soulmates, twin flames, karmic, etc.? Please.
And I think it's karmic. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear. And but that was the energy that popped up for me, was karmic. It's probably better than any of the other ones, because then there will, well, that's not totally true. The chances are of you getting the lesson and figuring it out is higher than if it's the other, if it's a twin flame or something. Twin flames are really difficult. As a general rule, twin flames is not where you want to be at. Because the chances are it's going to be rougher. But karmic and soulmates basically mean you're good together at the moment. And I think that's basically where you want to be with this. You want to be good at the moment. And that's it. Okay.
G Sparks says this is a time of retreat.
It really is. It is a time to learn who you are. It is a time to come to grips with who you are, in many cases. And it's a time to learn to love what you are. And it's extremely important that you love who you are. And without that love, it's very difficult to go forward. Loving yourself is probably the most awesome gift you can give yourself. Okay.
Megan Soria asks, what psychic gifts do I have?
Well, what I can do, you can do. It's one of them. Um, Again, I think there's a lot of healers have been born at this time into the earth plane because we need healers at this time a lot. And you're very good at it. You're very good at, you can hear what people are saying, and you, because of that, because you can hear or listen, you help people. You can help people a great deal. You also have a full battery of energy as well. So one of the gifts that's more of a pleasure than anything is that if you sit down with colors, I suspect you can find people's auras very quickly, or color in people's auras. And when you color in people's auras, you can see parts of who they are. And and that's a really good way of dealing or helping people, is saying, okay, you have yellow here, which is sign of intelligence. You have blue over there, which is a healing energy. There's spots in it, which means that there are things that you may need to work on. But it's more of a gift to you than it is a gift for other people, because it does appear that you have a heavy journey ahead of you, and you needed something just for fun. Not a hard journey, but it's like you've come down to earth for a reason.
Elisa Manzini asks, can I please have any guidance from my guides? Thank you.
Okay, I guess they're in a funny mood today. And I do know the energy is a little volatile. And I'm talking about world energy, not just the energy here today. The first thing they said was chop wood, carry water. So you have been doing a lot of spiritual growth, and you have learned a great deal. And that chop wood, carry water is, what do you do before enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. What do you do after enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. Okay, so basically that's what they're saying, is you're doing really well. Keep it up. And things are not going to change for you. Well, they are going to change for you, but not in the physical. The change is more on the spiritual energy. Okay.
Tracy T says, hi, Eliz-sha.
Hi.
Lily Dulo asks, hello, ladies. How are you today? Can I ask what my parents think of my relationship? They don't know about it, but seems like they feel it due to words they say to me. Thank you a lot.
I think they may not know about it from you, but I think they've heard about it from, I think gossip is a real thing, unfortunately. And I do believe that they have heard gossip, so they do probably have an idea. And they more than anything, what they want is for you to be happy. They don't want you to be in a relationship that's going to make you unhappy. And that's the thing, I think, is that they are not sure that this guy can make you happy. If he makes you happy, they'll back him up 100%. If he doesn't, then they won't. They really do want you to be happy. So I don't think it's what they think of him it's what they want for you that's more the question. Okay.
Tracy T asks, will D contact me? Thank you in advance.
I believe he will contact you. I'm not sure. I can't honestly say whether or not you will like what he has to say or D has to say. But I do feel there is going to be contact. So be very, very, very careful. Do not take everything at face value. Make sure you know what he's offering and what he's honestly implying. Okay?
Mama B asks, what does my mom want to tell me so badly? No communications for 2 months.
I don't know what she wants to tell you, honestly, and right now is a time for shifting and changing, that I can tell you. And I suspect your mother doesn't know how to communicate very well, and that's going to cause you miscommunications, because she actually has a goodwill towards you. She just doesn't have a good way of. She's really not very good at communicating, and that causes problems. Is what I'm seeing. It's that it does cause a great deal of problems for you. So when she talks to you, sit back, hear the intent, don't hear the words, because her words can be a little nasty. But that's not what she's trying to convey. She's just not educated in the ways of communicating, unfortunately.
Fiona R asks, is Libra man missing me?
I just got a simple yes to that. I don't. That's all you asked, so that's all I got.
Zulumi R asks, will I ever have children with Mike?
I don't think that's something that is going to be in the picture for you. It could be. It could be you could get pregnant. I'm not sure you'll have children with him, though. If that makes sense. Even with his children, I don't know that you will have children with him.
They won't be his biologically.
No, it could be his biologically. I don't know that he's going to be with her.
Oh, gotcha. Rachel N asks, does my mom still have my belongings that my ex-boyfriend gave me?
Probably not. If your mom was a little upset with you at one time or other, probably not.
Maria Herrera asks, hello both, any messages from my deceased mother? Thank you.
So your mom is scolding, not scolding you. She's scolding the people below you, and saying, what they're complaining about. It's nothing. It's not important. Don't worry about it. And she obviously likes Gohan. And she seems to think that the situation is going to find a natural way of resolving itself.
Lupita Martinez asks, is the Libra man a good man for me?
I don't think you want to hear this, but he says he's not. He's not good for you. He has ulterior motives. And I do think you will want to be very careful. Go into any situation with him with your eyes wide open, your heart wide open, because the wider open your heart is, people make the mistake of being, when they're hurt, of closing their heart down. You want to open your heart up. You want to open your heart up as wide as it will go, so that it's more inclusive. If that makes sense. And you want to be your heart very, very wide open with this man, because I don't think he says one thing, but doesn't necessarily feel that what he says. Okay, so wide open heart, to the point that if he is a disappointment, your heart is so open that you can look at it, say, I understand, and don't close it. Don't close your heart over the disappointment. Have the heart open so much that the disappointment just keeps on moving. All right.
Angel Wings asks, who should I pick? Pisces named E or Libra named MP?
I think I answered this one before.
I'm sure you have.
So Pisces is emotionally here and gone. He comes, he goes, comes, and goes. Libra is cocky. Yeah, he swaggers. So if you have to choose the one that you can live with most, the one that you can tolerate the most. Okay? And cocky can be a real pain in the ass, but emotional distancing is also not a great thing. And remember, after 3 months, if you can wait 3 months, you will find the real personality behind the facade. So if there's no rush, wait for 3 months, and then you'll know which one farts in bed and which one doesn't, so to speak. And with what can you handle the most? Emotional distancing or cocky and swaggering?
Emily Quine asks or says, I don't know. I was really mean to him, and pushed him away. He's not responded to any of my texts.
Okay, then just back off for a while and let him. You've sent him a text. I'm assuming you apologized in the text. Just leave it alone for a while. Let him heal. People make the mistake of, got to communicate. But the other person is not ready yet to hear or deal with it. Back off, leave it alone. See what happens. And honestly, if it's a disagreement and he can't handle a disagreement now, then you don't want to deal. You don't want him around anyhow, because there's always going to be disagreements in life. That's just the way that's the way people operate. They argue and fight occasionally that's just part of it. Okay.
Acelis Els that asks, hey ladies, what messages do my guides have for me to know next month? Thank you.
For next month. So next month is going to be a different kind of month for you. What you are thinking you want to know now may not even be on the table in the next month. So they're suggesting that you wait to ask that question until you're in the situations, because what you're expecting will not be what you're getting. And I know that sounds very poetic, doesn't it? But I basically, it's just saying wait.
Elisa Manzini says, yes, wow, thank you so much. Seven Sky Ocean asks, what's my spiritual gifts?
You're a seer, and I think that's something you've always been able to do. It's something that you've done for generations, maybe not in recent lifetimes, but it's something you've done repeatedly over your lifetimes. And it's going to be, I think you're going to find that it's extremely powerful gift. Seeing, but you see things. You see things on a big picture. You can see things in the big picture for individuals, but you see things in the big picture for towns, countries, cities. You can see see things that are going to manifest globally. So be aware that, and that's good. It's a little difficult, but you might be able to use it for if there's such a thing as a stock market in the future, you might be able to use it for the stock market. If not for you, for somebody else. You're very clear-sighted. You see things clearly. You see people clearly. And a lot of that is very difficult to market, I suspect. But I suspect that you can market it if you want to. I think you're going to develop a lot of other gifts along the way, but that is the one, that's the core one for you that you build upon. That's the one you've brought in with you, basically. But you do have other gifts as well. Okay.
Christina Tor asks, hi Elisha and Elle, may I know about hold on. My love interest, Steve, is it going to end well, or is it just my imagination?
No, you know. You're really good at knowing. And it's a wise decision to allow it to unfold the way it's supposed to. If you can make it end in a different way, but you can allow it to end in a positive way. And yes, you do know you have this. Everybody knows. Everybody has this knowing. Not everybody chooses to believe that knowing. It makes life a lot easier when you pay attention to the knowing. For instance, I knew I had somebody say something to me today, and I've been waiting for that comment for 3 weeks. So when it happened, it was just, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Because I'd allowed it, I recognized it, I was waiting for it. And you have that ability too. You know, and you should start trusting it.
Positive for Life asks, "Hi, I was wondering if you could please send me healing to bury my little pup. She is to bury my little pup.
I'm sorry.
She is sick. I really want her to make it. Thank you. I have her with me right now."
We will send.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, we have been there. It's hard.
It is. But the dog's name is Berry, like raspberry.
Okay, that's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody on now or later, please feel free to send as well. Positive life energies, and just know that Barry is. She's uncomfortable at the moment. But she's working very hard to be with you. Because she knows you need her. And she will try very, very hard to stay with you. And she gives you a strong sense of love. She knows you love her. And that's very important that you know that she knows that you love her. But sometimes the pain gets a little bit hard for her. Okay, and then we will, of course, send energy.
Mm-hmm. Tracy T says, "Thank you, amazing, beautiful ladies." Maria Herrera says, "Thank you so much, both." Lily Dulo says, "Okay, thank you. It feels right." B. Erla says, "Hello, you two lovely ladies." And Tay asks, "Hello, my left knee is still in a lot of pain. I've been using ice and heat on it, and it's worked a little, but not much. How long do you think it will take for it to heal?" 3 months.
At least, unfortunately, bones, ligaments, they're not quick. Cartilage, yeah. I would recommend, with it still hurting, you use a cane when you walk any great distance. It will, honestly, because I have had lots of knee problems in my life. It will speed up the healing time. You don't have to use a cane. You can use a walking stick. It looks a lot more chic, right? Just a little bit more irritating. But it will take the weight off your knee, and that will help you. It will help you. It will help taking the weight off the knee will help it heal faster. I promise you that.
Christina Torres says, "It's breaking my heart a lot, but I will try to allow the feelings to go away."
You don't have to allow them to go away. Allow them to flow. It's a kind of difference. When you allow them to flow, then they may flow around you and stay. If you allow them to go, then you're just telling them go. It's a different energy. So allow it to flow around you. It might eddy and swirl and come back. Does that make sense?
Tammy Baptista asks, "Hello, beautiful souls. Any advice for my new relationship with Taurus man?"
Well, they're stubborn as all get out. As soon as you say Taurus, stubborn. Be prepared for that. which means you have to learn what is his stubborn button and what is his, oh, I'll think about it button. And he likes to eat and he likes sweets. Learn to make good, healthy cookies for the guy, because otherwise too much sweet's not good for you. Paleo desserts are really can be one of the nicest sweets out there without being overly unhealthy. He likes humor. He likes it when you're happy. He likes it when you smile. So try to be naturally. Don't force it, but try to be naturally happy around him. And he wants to look after you. And with your, I'm an independent woman, it might have a bit of conflict there. So find areas where you don't mind him helping and encourage him to help there. And taking out the garbage is probably not the best answer for that.
And I realized I jumped a couple of people, so I apologize. Jennifer Schwab asks, "Hello, ladies. Can I get a message for this next week?"
Okay. So this is a little bit personal. I apologize. I see you sitting there and you're kind of shaking, trying to hold your energy in. This is a really good time to practice viewing people from a third party perspective so that you act rather than react. And somebody's going to say something or do something that's probably really dumb. And you know that it's really dumb and you really, really don't want to say anything. So now, like I say, try to sit and try to react from a third party. And if you do, it will save a lot of drama, and things will smooth out much faster, even though what the situation calls for. Hey, no, this is how the truth is. Try not to do that, and it will smooth out faster, and you will be, and afterwards you will be able to put in comments here and there where you explain things without the high drama, and it will be a lot easier for you and those around you. And do know you have support in doing this. And you just watch your kids when this happens. They're going to look at you and they're going to kind of raise their eyebrow and go, "Oh, you can deal with this, Mom." Kind of look on their face, because I suspect it's something that happens quite regularly. Okay.
Jeanette Preston says,
Hi, Jeanette.
"Hello, sweet friends. I hope all is well with you. Happy Good Friday to everyone." Also,
oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have said that.
This is us being very into holidays.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've seen the Easter chocolates on the shelf in Walmart, but they start like 2 months ahead of time. And I don't pay attention to the calendar, so I know it's Friday, but that's basically all I know. And I know Elizabeth is trying really, really hard to educate me, but I know it's Friday.
And she asks for advice.
Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the only advice I can give you is to be patient and allow yourself to Allow yourself to see what's happening. Again, third-party perspective. View life from a third-party perspective. See what's happening. Don't become involved in what's happening, even though this is all about your life. It is affecting your life. If you can do this, be the third-party perspective. Things that could turn into trauma, drama, or things that could hurt will not have that chance to take hold in your life, if that makes sense. Just count to 10, not 3, not 5, 10 before you make a comment. And then try and say, I understand. Because I feel a great deal of frustration from you. And rightly so. I mean, you're in a situation that's highly frustrating. But it will be over. When it's over, it would be better to have good memories to take forward. And this includes your own health. It will enhance your own health as well, to not react to certain things. And that's more important than anything right now, is that you look after your own health so that when you do go forward, it's to a life that you will enjoy. Okay.
Positive for Life says, thank you very much. I could tell she is uncomfortable. I told her if she wants to go to Rainbow Heaven, she can. I love her. And she appreciates all the love being sent to her dog. And Tay says, wow, I thought you were going to say a few weeks. It's going to be long, 3 months. LOL. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just, that's what it takes, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, but true.
Yes, Elle's an expert. She at 16, she broke her knee.
I had to get cartilage removed from my knee.
Every few years, she re-breaks her knee.
Yep, it's not pleasant.
And so she sits there and grits her teeth and swears under her breath. And you know, and when I go up to say, don't talk to me, not until the pain goes away.
He hurts a lot.
So I leave because nothing I can do until the pain subsides.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do know about knee problems
and
here.
We sympathize with you.
Hugely. But if you coddle it now, you won't have problems in the future.
Yeah, I didn't coddle it when I should have. Again, 16 and stupid. And I'm paying for it 15 years later. Fuck, I'm old. Christina Torres says, yeah, Eliz-sha, it makes sense to me. Thank you.
That's good.
Tammy Batista says, much love to you, Positive, and you're very, I'm so sorry. Jeanette Lacarte says,
what was that?
She was talking to Positive for Life.
Okay, yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, Jeanette Lacarte says, greetings, ladies. I'm sending healing, unconditional love to all. That this too shall pass. Keep your vibration high. Hold the faith. Namaste.
That's what I tell my kids from the day they were born, basically, when they were upset. This too shall pass. And it will. And thank you very much. That's very appreciated.
Kimber Sigel Aquarius asks, hey, GM ladies. I think she means good morning.
Oh, okay.
Because my brain might go game master. I'm very nerdy. I would like to know if my child's father is trying to be with me and somebody else at the same time. Please and thank you.
I think he's entertained the thought. I'm not 100% sure he's followed through on the thought, but the thought is, I do unfortunately believe the thought is, I do unfortunately believe the thought is there if with him. Let him know what you think of the idea, and ask him if, I don't know what you could ask him. Just let him know. I don't know how you would let him know, but let him know that what you think of the idea. And I know dealing with one man, sometimes I really wish there was somebody else there who could take on some of his stuff for me. So I mean, think things through very carefully, how much you care for this guy, or how much it's just an obligation to have him in your son's life. And it just might be that it works out really well having him occupied at times. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but I do know with my children's father, and we're not together, obviously. There were times that I would have happily had somebody to please take his attention away, because I didn't want it at that moment. I had other things I had in life that I was more interested in.
Tammy Batista says, thank you. Many blessings to all. SLSL says, thank you very much. Jeanette Preston says, yes, it makes sense. Thank you so much. I needed to hear this. Jennifer Schwab says, great advice. Hopefully all will go well. Thank you so much.
Hopefully having addressed the energy, you don't have to go through the energy.
B. Erla asks, if there's time afterwards, can we please go back to my question up there? Oh, I got lost somewhere. Thank you. Sorry.
It's really hard to go back. If you could just re-ask the question.
No, I found it pretty easily, actually.
Okay.
Sorry. It was right below Tay-Tay's question about her knee.
Oh, okay.
B asks, may I know if this editing proofreading job I'm currently trying to acquire is any good? The pay is less than what I'm used to, but I'm still considering. Thank you, and thank you.
Okay, let's see.
Apologies.
There's a guy there, and he will watch you. And if you're really good, he will give you extra, and he will move you into a different position, a different department, if he likes you. He's sort of a shadowy figure. He's not necessarily your boss. He could be the boss of your boss, but he's shadowy. I can't, it's not. He's not out in the daylight, but he will watch you, and if you're good at what you're doing, you have a potential to move forward. So in the fact that it's a job that attracts your attention, I suspect it's probably good for that reason. What else? If you do get the job and you take the job and you don't like the job, move out within 3 months. I keep looking for a job, basically. Okay. But it appears to me that it's a lesson that could change into something positive. And that's really roundabout way of saying it. But hopefully you can read between the lines of what I was saying and understand what I said. Okay.
Tay says, my cockatiel died 5 months ago suddenly, and I was really disappointed, depressed. She reincarnated since she loved me so much, and Barry loves you just as much. If she does pass, I think she will return to you. Talking to...
Yeah. And Tay-Tay's really good. I mean, she really she's very in tune.
AP asks, hey, Eliz-sha and Al, may I please ask if M treats his girlfriend better than he treated me? None of your business.
Well, I think in this case I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Because that's more of a she wants to know how much he cared for her. I think I can't say that word on live. Well, I could. I've heard other people swear, but I'm not going to. He's not. He treats everybody with disrespect. I don't care for his energy. I think he's a toad, and that was a polite way of saying it, because toads can be quite cute. And he doesn't treat anybody with respect or caring. Or there is one woman, he hasn't met her yet, and he is going to fall madly in love with her. He is going to be treated the same way by her as he treats women, so he will get his comeuppance. But yeah, he doesn't have respect for himself. He can't respect you. Okay.
B. Ariel says, thanks, Jeanette. Jennifer Schwab says, thank you and many blessings. Love and light to you. Camber Signal says, okay, fair enough. And I have a baby girl, but thanks. Thank you, ladies.
I'm sorry about that.
Jennifer Schwab says, many blessings to you as well. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in other conversations in between. B. Erla says, okie dokie, thank you, Eliz-sha. That makes a lot of sense. And the shadowy figure as well. You are amazed. You amaze me often.
Oh, okay. I thought I was amazed. I can be amazed too.
I can read. 100% promise. Jennifer Schwab says, I pray you ladies have a wonderful and blessed day. Hugs. And AP says, thank you as always, Eliz-sha. You're brilliant.
Thank you. I hope that's my aura you're talking about.
And it's been an hour, so we can call it.
And we're finished?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. See you on Sunday. I'm not sure where we're going to do it on. Zoom at this moment is not working on Facebook. So we did one yesterday on YouTube. We might continue to do it on YouTube. We have one at 11 a.m. Sunday with Nikki, who's going to lead Please Send Energy to the World, and support the nurses and doctors and all the support workers. Please, if you don't join in at 11 p.m. Pacific time, please feel free to join in anytime. And if you've gone and listened to Nikki's energy work yesterday, mind-blowing, literally. We had people on YouTube begging us to make sure that we come back to YouTube because she is so good, and we will come back to YouTube. I'm not sure what's happening next. Let me check. Like I said, Elizabeth is trying to
keep us organized.
Good luck on that, Elizabeth. So nothing then till Tuesday, when I start again. Maddie will be doing meditations on the 15th. Aaron is doing something on the 4th. Then Elizabeth on the 20th. And I think it's 1 p.m. Pacific time. 22nd, we will have a new meditation person. I don't know who. And Nikki, again, on the 23rd. And so, yeah. And so basically, I may have somebody to do it on the alternate meditations. If not, anybody got any recommendations? Let me know.
So with that, we can go. Bye-bye.
Okay. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you Tuesday, if not sooner.
Well, hopefully Monday, because sharing the energy worldwide it's bringing us up energetically to a space of freedom. Namaste.